My mother started making her shroud 3 or 4 years before she died. She and I had been having many conversations about what she wanted when she passed away. She read pretty voraciously about how to prepare for death, how to prepare oneself for death. I think she reached out to all of her children to say, is there anything that as a mother that you don't think that I did well? Like she really wanted to engage us in those conversations and sort of free herself from any kind of entanglements so that when she transitioned, she wouldn't be held back by those. Anyway, she had read about someone else having made a shroud for themselves, and she really loved that idea of creating her own garment to transition into the next stage of her soul's journey. And she also really loved the idea of using up all of the threads, all of the yarn, and bringing it together into one thing as sort of a final act. She actually didn't end up using all of her yarn because she wasn't a very big person. The main feature were these two flying rabbits. They are flying toward each other, and she wanted that to be right over her heart. She loved rabbits. They just sort of had a magical quality for her. In terms of the Reverent Body Care, what was most profoundly moving was the holding of the intention that the body is something we should revere. It is sacred and holy because it is the vessel that we move through the world in. So this act of cleaning it and anointing it with sacred oils feels like a really important prayerful act and a recognition and a gratitude for the body for carrying us however long it did so. In terms of what surprised me about the Reverent Body Care, I guess was that it was possible to actually feel present in that space through the use of technology. During the pandemic, we weren't able to come and be with her body. And so I think we figured out a really good workaround, which is that we were able to be present on Zoom and hold the intention as though the natural funeral home were our hands doing the washing and the anointing for us. Me and my daughters and nieces were all in separate locations, yet nevertheless, it felt like we were all in one place. It was profound and beautiful, so that even though we couldn't touch my mother, we felt that we were part of that touch. We were all together in the heart, and when one is in the heart, time disappears and distance disappears. It was really beautiful.